welcome to this acrylic painting lesson. I'm Mike Ferris. I'm going to be going over all the steps on what's known as the comedian. And as you can see, the banana duct taped to the wall has been this big deal, or I don't even know, it sold for $6 million for some reason. I don't know all the exact details, but I'm going to go over all the details that you see here to make this 3D look and cover all the steps involved. And if you'd like the traceable, it is available down in the description box, as well as colors, materials, and brushes I'm using. All right, so let's get started. So to get started on my palette, I'm going to have some permanent black, phthalo blue, raw umber, burnt umber, permanent red, cad orange, yellow medium, and titanium white. So I'm going to take my number 18 angle brush and I'm going to start off with some yellow medium. And to that, I want to add a little bit of orange, just a pin drop. That's just to decolorize it down just a little bit. And now just a little burnt umber just to kind of dull it just a bit. And with this general yellow color, I'll just go ahead and block in the banana. You can see the precision with this angle brush and getting around everything nicely with that tip and that edge very well. Okay, with a clean brush now, I'm going to take some permanent black. Let's get some titanium white into there. Okay, looking for a mid-tone gray color, so something about like this. And this is just blocking stages, of course, with acrylics. Nothing fancy yet, just getting color where it goes. And now a little bit white. That was a little dark, so see, just changing the value with a little white added and just blocking in the duct tape with this. Okay, switching now to my smaller number 6 angle brush. I'm going to get into some smaller areas for blocking in. I'm going to take some raw umber now. And let's get some permanent black to mix that together. Okay, a dark value like so. And let's get the very tip of this brush. You'll see here I can get into very precise places. And I highly recommend these angle brushes. They're perfect for blocking in areas like this. Okay, and also down here as well. Okay, back to my bigger angle brush now. Let's go to that banana color once again with a little orange into that yellow with some burnt umber. And as you know, in the acrylic world, yellow is your most transparent color. So with that, I want to do a second coat and block in again. Okay, cleaning my brush again. Let's go back into that gray again. Okay, a little white, a little black. Something about like this. And once again, another coat. Okay, switching brushes. This is my number 4 nylon flat brush. I'm going to go in here and start scratching in some colors on top of this base color now. Let's get some yellow. And let's go back into that burnt umber. Let's get a little bit more orange in there. Okay, and now a little bit more red to dull that just a bit more and change the flavor on this. So I'm looking for this orangey kind of brownish yellow color. Okay, kind of something like this. And I'm just going to scratch that on here. And as you'll notice, I'm going to leave some fuzzy lines because I want it to look natural instead of something on the banana, but make it look like it's part of the banana with its changes in the skin and just some of the bruising and coloration that you see. Okay, just kind of something like this. And of course, anything I don't like, I can just take yellow and knock it back, cover it over. And every time I do that, it makes it smoother and more natural looking as it is and just settles it down. So just kind of something like that, just kind of running it out and dancing it around just like so. And no cleaning necessary. I'm just going to take a little bit more burnt umber into that same value. Okay, to darken it a little bit. Let's play this value in just a little bit, and I'll play this right here. Okay, that just really ramps it up, starts getting more texture added, and let's scratch a little bit of this in here. Just very light pressure with the brush, and just dusting it out, and let's get a little bit of that up here as well. Okay, something like that, just dancing that around. Okay, without cleaning, let's get a little bit of red into that. I want a little bit more red flavor into this now. And as I do this, I'm not going to go down like this. I'm going to go like this across with it, because this way it looks more natural and blended in when I go across, as opposed to making this hard line. Again, these hard lines, when I go this way, it just makes it look like there's something on the banana instead of this looking natural as if it were part of the rind of the banana. And so just ways to use the brush to get that effect to look this way. Okay, no cleaning because dark colors swallow anything up very easily, so black and some of that raw umber again mixed together. Okay, for dark value again, and let's go and run this into here. Okay, I'll just place that there for kind of a bruise effect on the banana, and then see on the outside, just kind of lightly dusting it out into that yellow, giving it that fuzzy look and that natural look to it. And down here as well, just going to run the rest of that paint off and just kind of add some of this dark value in here as well. Okay, with a clean brush, and again, my number 4 nylon flat brush, I'm going to go yellow. Let's go some titanium white for a lighter value. These are for some highlights now on the banana. Okay, just a little bit and a very little paint on the brush. You can see I'm just kind of glazing over, just kind of fading it over. Okay, just kind of stirring it up, and it just gives a little bit of pop to it. Okay, also a little bit right here as well. Okay, switching now to my number 3 nylon round brush. I'm going to use the point now to put some of these spots on it, as you see on bananas. So I'm going to go some raw umber, a little bit of black into that, and pulling through as I turn it brings it to a nice sharp tip with some water on it to do that. And just with the tip, you'll see I'm just going to dab this in, okay, just kind of like this, and make these little spots. And of course, anything I don't like, I'll just cover it up. Okay, something like that. Okay, now I'm going to go to my script liner brush now, and lots of water. And let's go into some permanent black and some titanium white. And when I pull it through, again, turning it as I pull it through brings it to a nice sharp tip. And with that tip, I'm going to create some of the texture of the tape here. And they've got these little fabrics in here, as you see with duct tape before. If you've ever looked at it closely, it's got these little lines that kind of grid through it. So I'm not going to worry about how neat or straight. I'm just going to hash them in like this. Of course, anything I don't like, I'll just add more white and tone it back to that other gray value and cover that up, and it's all good. Just kind of something like this. All right, gonna let those chill for a little bit. Now back to my number 4 nylon flat brush. I'm gonna go Phthalo Blue, and I'm gonna go raw umber. Essentially, this makes a different type of black, or a very dark Payne's gray. Okay, a little bit different, of course, than permanent black. This is gonna show more realistic effect to the tape. So I'm gonna start playing this value in. This is gonna start to really build up the 3-dimensional look, and of course, more of the texture of this tape as I do this. And I'll just, again, block in some values just like so. Okay, and no cleaning, I'm gonna take some titanium white. Okay, this is going to make the blue hue show up a little bit with that white. Let's go a little bit of black into that now, just to dull it back a little bit, just so it's not so blue, and also now more titanium white. Okay, something like this. Let's block in this value like so. Okay, again, no cleaning. I'm just going to take some more raw umber and phthalo blue now to go back to that dark value again. Okay, something like that. And over here, let's play in this value and block this in. And as you'll notice, as I bring this down to the tip here, right where these two come together into that point, I'm going to bring it down to that. And this is going to really show just how the tape kind of moves and goes over the banana to give it that 3-dimensional look. Okay, just kind of something like that. Okay, no cleaning again. I'm going to take some titanium white. Let's brighten that value up again. And let's go back into some of that blue Payne's gray color here. Not as dark as you can see there, a little bit lighter. And let's scratch some of this in right here. Okay, again, no cleaning. Let's go back into that raw umber and phthalo blue for that dark Payne's gray value again. Okay, and I want to place some of that over this lighter blue stuff right here. This is going to really bring this together and show the tape being the same, but changing with shadow color, instead of it looking like it's different colors and having, again, something on the tape instead of it making it look like it's part of the tape. And then also right here with little paint left on the brush, I want to dust it out and get rid of that hard line. Okay, because when I dust it, it gives it more of a natural light and shadow transition like this and shows more of a realistic effect this way. Okay, and again, with very little paint on the brush, you can see with just the side of the brush and just dusting it out again, so it has that blended look and that natural look to it, just like so. Okay, and just like that, it's starting to come to fruition here on the dimension and the realistic look of the tape here. So now again, without cleaning, I'm taking titanium white. Okay, it's just a little bit of that color in there, but mostly white, as you can see. Let's really ramp this up. Let's give some really bright highlights. This is really going to make this pop and show even more of a 3D realistic effect. Okay, and of course, I don't want to take over all the value. I just want to scratch it down just a little bit like so. And just really getting this out here. And of course, if it gets too much, then I can just take a darker value and cover back over it. Okay, and as you can see, just going across the grain like this to give that grid look to it and give it that realism. And it also settles down some of those dark, hard lines that I put in. And as you can see, I wasn't too worried about how neat they were or how dark or crazy they looked because, again, I can just cover those down and settle them over just like this with this lighter value. And as I do that, it gives it more of a realistic look. Okay, kind of something like that. And also down here, I want to run this around a little bit. Okay, and as you can see, leaving some of that value to show. I'm not covering all of it, of course, letting these values play together, and together they play the tune of realism in this way. Okay, now no cleaning again. I'm going to take some titanium white, and this time I want a lighter value here. Okay, so not quite as much black, a very light gray value like so, and as you'll see, I'm going to go in here and knock back just some of this darker stuff here. Okay, it just gives it more of a natural look and blends it in better and just kind of brings it all together that much better. Okay, something like that, and again, without cleaning, let's take some permanent black now. Okay, let's darken this down just a little bit. It's got some of that white in there, and right here, again, as you can see, I'm going across, not going straight down, because I don't want that hard line. Okay, that gives it that natural blended look and making it look like it's part of the tape instead of something on it. And again, same thing right here, just dusting this out. All right, and look at that realism start to come to life here. All these little things, using the brushes in this way and just getting these values to play along really just brings us out, okay? No cleaning again. Let's take some more of that gray value and a little bit more black into it. You can see it's a little darker. Let's apply that just here a little bit. Okay, and each layer each time getting a little bit better. Okay, and most of that color off my brush and just titanium white for the most part. And again, let's go in here. Of course, I don't want to take it all the way to the edges. I want to keep that fuzzy blended line and that natural look. So just putting it right in the middle and letting it kind of have that natural blend look and a little bit of that right there sneaking in for some light. Okay, and again, some of that light value, I'm going to go in here and just kind of scratch this in. It just kind of something like this. And maybe right here, there'll be a little bubble that'll show. I'll put a shadow there here in just a minute behind that. Okay, just getting this stuff laid in, and let's just play this around. And of course, anything that I don't like, I'll just take a darker value, or I can add more white for a lighter value. Don't really have to clean, and I can just vary these values back and forth. Okay, back to my number 3 nylon round brush. And let's go back into some permanent black now. Let's get a little bit of white. I want this a little bit darker now. And again, a little water on it and pulling through as I turn it to a point. And with this tip, you'll see here, I'm going to put this shadow right behind this light value here. And just like that, it makes it look like a little bubble that's kind of popping up here. That part didn't stick to the wall very well, and a little bit of air was trapped in there. Okay, and I'm also going to go like this and just kind of bring these kind of behind some of those lighter values. And as I do this, it just builds more texture on the tape this way. Okay, back to my smaller number 6 angle brush here, and with that I'm going to start to create some shadows on the wall now from the banana. Let's get a little bit of yellow and white together. Okay, into that I want to go just a teeny bit of burnt umber into that. Okay, a very, very light beige color, kind of like this, and right here, this is just to show some of the reflective color from the banana that's hitting the wall here. So I'll just kind of fill this in, do something kind of like this. Okay, no cleaning. I'm going to take again some black and some raw umber mixture. This is going to be the darkest part of the shadow here, right immediately under the banana. Okay, just kind of something like this. Okay, and again, no cleaning. Let's take some titanium white. Okay, for a gray value now. And right here, let's apply some of this. So as you can see, different changes in values on the shadow play here as it would in real life on a wall. Okay, just kind of playing these around and getting this realistic look. Okay, a little bit more white without cleaning. I'm going to lighten this just a little bit right in this area. Okay, and again with that same value, let's go right here. Okay, you can see the value change, the realistic shadow play going on. Okay, just kind of something like that. Okay, let's go back in again with some titanium white. And let's go a little bit of that Payne's gray value. That's the blue and the black. The blue and the raw umber mixture. Okay, mostly white with just a teeny bit of that in there. And right here, I want to go out here with a larger shadow. This is just kind of a reflective kind of shadow thing. I don't know. It's just the way shadows act when you look at them. And let's get some titanium white. I want a light value here, a lot lighter. Okay, and also with this, I want to take a little bit more white, no cleaning again. And I want to knock back some of this hard line here and some of this value. So again, see, I can just change the values and really just get in here and switch it up and make it more subtle this way. Okay, after cleaning my brush, let's go back into some of that yellow and white. Let's go a little bit of that burnt umber. And let's get a little bit more yellow. Okay, that very light beige color. And on this side, I forgot to put earlier. And let's put that reflective shadow color right here. Okay, again, no cleaning. Let's take a little bit more burnt umber into that value. Okay, I want it just a little bit darker. You can make this however or leave it as it is. It's your world. Make your shadows however. Okay, just a little bit more color to show right here and also over here with this. Okay, so with just pure titanium white with my number 6 small angle brush here, what I'm going to do is clean up all the spills outside of my tape here. Now here's something for us. You can, if you want, leave those and show kind of some rips that are kind of hanging off them as you would if you like tore it off the reel. Or maybe cover some and leave some. It's really up to you. I'm deciding to clean them all up, so you can kind of do what you want with that. Okay, for a very light value again, some of that gray, some of that white. Okay, something super, super light. And out here one more time, let's give it a final little shadow deal here. So with my script liner brush, lots of water and permanent black, let's go ahead and sign right here. And I want to thank you so much for following along. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do me a favor. If you did, please subscribe for more of these lessons. It helps me to keep bringing you guys these video lessons. And let me hear your questions and comments down below. And as you can see, just some values playing together, a very simple painting. You can cover anything up anytime and really push these around. And every time you do, it gets better with each layer. So totally go for it. And if you do end up selling this, let me know how much you got for it down in the description. And until next time, happy painting to you.